Went through the school system. I played here, grew up here and went to church here, It's where I live, so I feel like it molded me.
Today is a big day in a small town.
We're here for the unveiling of the sign.
He showed a heart as a Milan football player like we've never seen probably before. And he's carried it with him days ahead. So we really appreciate him.
Thank you.
We're proud of him.
Oh, man. Woo! That's nice. Man, that's clean.
So what did Avery Williamson, a 23-year-old who is about to start just his second year in the NFL, do to deserve such a big honor? According to Avery, it's not necessarily what he did, it's just that he's the first guy to do it.
We haven't had somebody reach that height yet, I would say that much. We've gotten close with a couple guys in the past. We had some guys on the practice squad for a couple NFL teams, but we never had anybody actually get drafted and play and accomplish a lot of things in the NFL. So to do that, it's kind of like, wow, this guy's really doing it.
I mean, he's LeBron James here, for our little neck of the woods. And I mean, it's not just because of being a professional football player, it's the type of person that he is.
Milan, Tennessee is roughly 132 miles west of Nashville. So Avery is as close to home as he can be while being an NFL player.
It's really beneficial because in between, when he doesn't have anything to do, he can come home and he loves to just get a home-cooked meal. And if it's time, he can, it's an hour from there to us, so we go fishing. So that's real good.
I'm close, so I can see my family and stuff, enough, and they can come up there, I can come back home when I want. So I feel like it's a good mix, I don't have to be home all the time.
But when Avery does get a chance to come home, he makes it count.
This is where it started, my freshman year. Had to grind and get on the varsity team.
On this trip, he stops by his old locker room at Milan High School, where a new group of Bulldogs are starting their off-season training under the watchful eye of head football coach Jeff Morris.
A lot of memories from high school and here. A whole lot of memories. This was like the cool side over here. We used to always have everybody over here. It was like the cool side, so a whole lot of trash talking, fights, everything. I remember one game I got in a fight with one of my good friends. Before we had carpet, I got in a fight with him on the floor, and the only reason why I didn't get to him because I had socks on. I kept on slipping because it was straight concrete.
We had time for all our kids in the weight room, and he buzzes through there, and I talk to him and encourage him, and obviously I look up to him.
So, little Nelson, you good?
But Avery doesn't just take time to talk to the Bulldogs players. He takes time to talk to everyone.
Mr. Jones, what's going on? You the middle school principal now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Doing all right?
Doing good.
That's good, that's good. She's not talking much to me, but now every time I come back, she talks to me a lot, so. But she's a very sweet lady. You been good?
Yeah.
That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. I'm pretty busy today. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, how you doing?
Golly, you made it to the top.
I made it.
I like
Still
that.
climbing.
I like that.
You can't forget where you came from, and you can't be too arrogant, about how far you came. You gotta still stay humble, and that I was always the type of guy in high school. I mean, all my life, just talk to everybody. The band kid or the nerd or whatever, whoever. Talk to everybody. So I feel like that's why I still remain the same guy.
He doesn't shy away from anybody, and he just talk to everybody.
Being friendly off the field may be what made Avery Williamson so well liked in the community, but on the field, Avery was anything but nice. As a junior at Milan High School, he set a Tennessee State Championship game record by registering 22 tackles against Alcoa. His athleticism continued into his senior year, where he made 125 tackles as a linebacker and scored 7 touchdowns as a fullback.
My good memory was when we played Good Pasture out of Nashville. We played them on this field. That was the game before we went to state my junior year. So that was a game that really put me on the map. Was when I set the state record for tackles. So that game, I would say that was probably the biggest game in my career, just because it got me to that point. You know, I learned a lot out here, and you know, I learned how to, you know, just prepare me for college. I feel like, and you know, I set a standard here. I was like, well, shoot, I feel like I got to be the best one on the field. You know, that's where it started at, and you know, from here, that's what taught me to be a man and to be successful.
When he came to high school, I would have rated him the third best player in his class. But he just worked so hard at the game while we had him and on his own that he elevated his play.
Coach Morris, his high school coach didn't have enough work for him.
Yeah?
No, didn't have enough.
He was always driven. He knew what he wanted to do. And we just didn't push him into any sports. He was driven to really loving football. He knew what he wanted to do. He was just trying to get there.
People ask me, well, when did you know this was when he was going to be a pro? Well, he left. I was just hoping he'd make it in the SEC. And then he turned out to be you know, one of the leading tacklers in the SEC his junior and senior year. And then I was just hoping he could make it in the pros, just make a roster and whatnot. And he became a starter, and he became, you know, all rookie, you know, devoted a defensive rookie in the AFC South last year. And he kept exceeding my expectations just because I'm sure of the way he conducts himself, the way he works.
Avery has a way of exceeding expectations, it's true. After spending his first 2 years at the University of Kentucky as a special teams player, he passed the 100 tackle mark in both his junior and senior years as a Wildcat. Avery was the first player from Milan to be taken in the NFL draft, and he became a consistent starter in Week 5 of his rookie campaign in 2014. Avery says that while all of those statistics seem impressive on paper, he's just getting started.
To this day, I still be like, man, you did a whole lot. But I didn't want to be the average person. I can say that. I wanted to do something different. And I feel like I had it in me to do something different, but I had to keep working. And I was like, well, I'm not the most talented guy. I'm not the most athletic guy. I was like, all right, well, I got to do something to change that. So I just did something every day, make sure I do something every day to get better. And I feel like just the fact that I didn't want to be just another guy to go through Milan High School, that's what motivated me to want to be great. And I mean, that's what motivates me now. I just don't want to be another guy that plays in the NFL. You know, I want fans to remember me, oh, that's Avery Williamson. You know, he played for the Titans, and you know, he had a great career. I just don't want to be another guy, you know, that runs through the cycle of the NFL. You know, so that's what just constantly motivates me.
And if Avery is ever feeling at a loss for motivation, he doesn't have to look very far for a sign.
It's a great feeling, you know, to have this unveiled, and the fact that, you know, my city thought that much of me to put a sign out there for me to represent the city. You know, that's amazing. I'm so excited. It's a cool sense of accomplishment, but then again, I'm like, I got a lot of work to do. So it's not like I'm gonna come and just sit back and be like, I made it. I can't do that. Not until I retire, and I'm 6 Pro Bowls in, but.
And then you're the king.
Yeah, then I'm the king of Milan, but I don't come back and just feel like I'm the man, you know. I know I still got a lot of work to do, and you know, that's what keeps me motivated to be better. Maybe one day they'll give me the key to the city.